So now we're going to do the same thing, but now we have crazier problems to solve. Number 10. We are going to find, first of all, f of 7, it says. F of 7 means we're going to do 4 plus the square root of 7 minus 2. See how all I did was put this in where the x was, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay? Now I need to simplify this. 7 minus 2 is
5.
5. So I have 4 plus the square root of 5, right? Now I can't do anything else to this one because I can't do the square root of 5. If it was the square root of 4, I could keep going, but it's a square root of 5, I can't do anything, so that's where I stop. I can't do anything with that expression. Okay. So now we got to do the g. The g says we're going to do negative 3. G of negative 3 means I'm going to put it in up here and down here. So I'm going to have negative 3 squared plus 1 over negative 3 plus 1. See how I put those in there? Now this one you could probably use your calculator sum on, but you'd have to do the top number and the bottom number separately. You can't do the whole thing at once. If you do negative 3 squared plus 1, you would get 10. And on the bottom, if you just do negative 3 plus 1, you get negative 2. 10 over negative 2 we can simplify into
5.
negative 5. So negative 5 is going to be my answer on that one. I didn't leave myself a whole lot of writing space. We got a third one to do yet. The third one says we're going to do h of 2/3. So h of 2/3, this one's in those absolute value lines. We have negative 12 plus 9 parentheses 2/3. So again, on this one, we can do the middle part on our calculator, and then we have to do the absolute value because we know what absolute value means. So first thing we got to do is figure out what all this mess is equal to. Negative 12 plus 9 parentheses 2/3.
Negative 6.
Negative 6. So we have the absolute value of negative 6. And when you do the absolute value of negative 6, what's your answer? What do these bars do? They're positive. It makes it positive, exactly. If it's positive, it stays positive, but if it's negative, it goes to a positive because it's saying how far is a negative 6 from 0? A negative 6 is 6 places from 0. We got our 3 answers. All right. So number 11, first thing we're going to do is the f of negative 3/4. So how am I going to write that down?
It's going to be 16.
Don't forget the bars. The
Yeah,
absolute
the bar.
value of 16.
Negative 3/4, parentheses, absolute value minus 17.
Right, so now we got to simplify that. We're going to start with this part inside here, right? So 16 parentheses negative 3/4.
Negative 12.
Negative 12. The negative 12 is in the bars.
Yep.
So the absolute value of negative 12 is
Positive.
positive 12. So now we've got that simplified into one number, but we have that minus 17 on the end. So now we got to do 12 minus 17.
5.
Negative.
Negative.
12 minus 17 should be negative 5. And so negative 5 is my answer because now I have it simplified all the way. next one, we got to do the G. The G tells us we're going to use -5. So, how am I going to write that one?
G parentheses -5 equals -5 minus 5 minus 5 squared.
I'm not sure if you said all of that correctly or not. So technically, you've got this -5 on top. You wouldn't have to have the parentheses since there's nothing else there, but we should probably put them there.
Okay.
On the bottom, we have -5 minus, in
minus.
parentheses, another -5 squared. Right? -5 minus, in parentheses, -5, and then the square.
Okay.
So on the top, we know that's just going to be a -5. On the bottom, we got to figure out what that is. So punch that in with all the negatives, just like it looks.
-30.
-30. So now we've got a -5 over a -30. We should be able to simplify that.
+6.
Not 6. What's on top? If I reduce this down, right? 1/6.
Oh, we need to have that. We don't.
If it was 30 over 5, then we would have 6, but it's 5 over 30. So 1/6. I'm going to do my h up above because I have a little space there. So I've got to do h of 4. So what am I going to do for h of 4?
H parentheses 4 is going to equal square root and 2x plus 2.
What am I going to put in for the x?
4.
So 2 parentheses 4 plus 2, right?
2.
And if I simplify that, I get 10. I get the square root of 10. And we can't do the square root of 10. If you try to do that on your calculator, you get a crazy number. And so that's just our answer, square root of 10.
So when I'm plugging this into the computer, am I just plugging in the answers?
You're-
-5?
You're going to do -5, 1/6, and square root of 10. Yes, you're just going to plug those answers in. They'll have f of 7, f of -3, whatever one you're doing. And you'll just put the n number in, yep. Let's see, that was number 11. So we're on number 12. Number 12 then. Okay. So number 12 says we're going to do f of 2 to start with.
Okay, F2 equals 4 plus square root of 2 minus 2.
Okay? And so if I simplify that, you get 4 plus the square root of 0, which just gives us 4, right?
Oh,
Because here, 2 minus 2 is 0.
oh, I put the 4 in there, that's what happened. 4 plus, okay.
All right, so now we got to do g of 6, it says.
G 6, parentheses 6 equals absolute value of 3. 2 times 6 minus 10.
Okay?
So good. -1.
So we get the absolute value of -1. And the absolute value of -1 means our answer is going to be 1. And And then we've got to do h of negative 2.
Minus 10.
Okay? So on the top we're going to get negative 2 because that's the only thing up there. On the bottom, what are we going to get?
We're going to get 2 squared minus 10 equals negative 6.
Negative 6. So if we have negative 2 over negative 6, our answer is going to be
2/6.
2/6, which is
Oh yeah, 2/3.
not 2/3,
Oh,
1/3,
yeah,
right?
1/3.
1/3.
1/3.
All right. So we've done those with numbers.